Good afternoon, everybody in my audience this afternoon. This is Talk for Kids. Tell my story, mommy. Talk for Kids. Tell my story, mommy. My name is Elisha Ba, and I am a CCA, a community care advocate for young people, old people, anybody that need my help. I'm here today because I want to talk about something that I know and believe that this world, that the people in this world really do need to understand and see so they can figure out what is wrong with them, or what is wrong with you, or what is wrong with me, or what is wrong with my children, or what is wrong with my dad or my mom. You know, I'm the kind of person that I have dedicated half of my life to helping people, children, young and old adult children, men and women with depression, abuse, mental illness, anger, frustration, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, demonic possession. See, I am a spiritual and a emotional healer. That's what I am. A spiritual and emotional healer. I have healed and helped so many people, women, children, and men all over the earth, wherever I have went in this world. So I made this channel. I created this channel in regards to trying or wanting to reach out to young men and young women, little children, little girls, and little boys, grown people, old people, because you just don't understand. You just don't understand why you cannot figure out how to be happy, why you cannot figure out and understand what is it that you need to do to make your life feel better, to make you feel good. You just can't figure it out. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong that I just don't feel happy? No matter what I do, no matter how many pairs of shoes I buy me, how many boyfriends I get and girlfriends I get. I'm talking to grown people today because this is all about your inner child. When you was a child, what you went through, the trauma and the abuse and the pain and the neglect and the abandonment and the resentment and the rejection and the anger and the frustration and the fear and the torment. All those things that you went through as a little girl and a little boy. I'm here to help you to decipher some of these issues that you have in your life. Yes, I have listened to many stories from men, women, little girls, and little boys. I have heard so many stories what was going on at home and why they wasn't happy with their parents and so many stories why I want to kill myself. I don't want to live no more. I'm lonely. I'm never going to get the right man. I'm never going to get the right woman. There's no one for me. I'm afraid. I'm nervous. I'm fearful. I have heard so many stories. And that's why I created this channel, Talk for Kids. Tell my story, mommy. I feel like a mother. I feel like a mother to so many different people in this world. Like, I just feel like I am a mother to them because of all the experience and all the things that I have went through in my life. And I have overcame all of it. I have overcame it, and I can say today that I am happy. For once in my life, I can say today that I am happy and I am complete. And I'm satisfied with me. And I love me. And I don't need no one else to love me because I love me today. I appreciate me, Elishaba. I appreciate who I am. I appreciate the things that I have done in my life. I appreciate the good and the bad of my life. I can say that today. But it took work, people. It took work. It took me getting in touch with my inner child. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. I am a mother. I'm a mother of many all over the earth. I'm a mother of many. I want to help you. I want to help you, but you got to want to be helped. I have helped many. I have helped many people. I haven't gave up. I haven't stopped. I haven't quit because I am a mother to thousands and to hundreds of people all over the earth. So today we want to talk about, it's amazing to me how you look at all the social media platforms that they have, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and all the rest, Instagram, all the rest. You look at those, and to be honest, my analysis of all the social media platforms is this. Everybody is talking and everybody is making a video about this and about that and about loving a man and loving a woman and how to get a woman to like you, how to get a man to do this, what you got to do to make them fall in love. I mean, you have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos right here on YouTube that talk about relationships, how to put makeup on, and all, but You don't see videos on YouTube and no other social media platform that I know of that is, you hire therapists, you hire coaches to talk about your depression or talk about your anxiety or talk about how you feeling and what's going on in your life and what you're trying to fix and what you need to fix and what you need the therapist to help you with, what you need the coach to mentor you to understand. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. You can talk till you are blue and pink and brown in the face to every coach, any mental, any psychiatrist, whoever you want to talk to. But again, if you don't deal with the inner child, if you don't deal with the inner child, that little girl, when you was 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 years old, if you don't deal with her, it doesn't matter how much money you pay for a therapist, a psychiatrist, a doctor, how much medication you take. None of those procedures will work or help you to get rid of your emotional pain that comes from your inner child. Okay? I have seen so many people spend so much money on therapists and doctors and psychiatrists trying to figure out how they're going to be happy. How am I going to get a man to love me? How am I going to get a man to love me? How am I going to get a man to accept me? How am I going to get a man to appreciate me? They don't have the answers. I have the answers. You know why? Because I know the techniques and I know what it takes for you to be healed emotionally and spiritually. See, it's two different scenarios that have to go on in your life. You have to heal emotionally and you have to heal spiritually. Okay? I know the techniques because I have healed my own self. How did I do it? How did I do that? Wow. I'm so at peace today. I'm so at peace with myself. I'm so at peace with whoever in this life have did something against me to make me feel bad. I'm at peace with that. How did I do this? How did I heal my very own self? It's a way to do it. It's a way to do it. I got in touch with my inner child. That's how I did it. Now I want to help you. If you want it, you can see the rate of death rate. I mean, the jails are overcrowded. The mental institutions are packed out. People on so much medication for depression and anxiety and all kind of things. And You know, so many women are getting plastic surgeries to their body because they want a man to love them and look at them and desire them. They want to feel beautiful, so they go out and get all kind of injections and cut on their bodies with surgeries. All of that emotional pain and emotional disruptions and trauma that you are going through comes from your inner child. You got to go back, way, way back. And we're going to dedicate this video today to a little girl named Black Beauty. We're going to dedicate this to her today. Okay? So let's go with this. You have this girl, this lady, this grown lady. She's 35 years old, and her name is Pamela. Pamela is very, very depressed. Pamela is very, very sad. Pamela is very, very lonely. Pamela is very unhappy. She cannot find no man to accept her and to love her and to like her. Even people in her family rejects her. Even people in her family rejects her and they don't like Pamela. No matter what Pamela do, she's not accepted among nobody anywhere. She live an isolated life. Matter of fact, Pamela is afraid to go outside because she afraid to what people gonna say about her. They're gonna make fun of me. They're gonna make, I'm not gonna feel good. They're gonna talk about me. So Pamela isolate herself in the house. She isolate herself. And when she do go out, she only go out to do things that she feel is important to do. Pamela have been destroyed. Her destruction began when she was a little girl, when she was around 5, 6, 7 years old, 9. That's when it began. And it began with her mom. She was a single, she was raised in, she had 3 brothers and sisters, two sisters and 1 brother. And the mom raised them by herself. And her brothers and sisters never liked it, Pamela. They always talked about Pamela. This started when she was like 5 years old. They never accepted her. They made fun of her. She was never good enough in her home. She was always being accused of things. She was always being rejected by her brother and her 2 sisters, and her mom mistreated her, said bad things to her, talked about her, told her she was never gonna be nothing. You ugly, you're an ugly little girl, you're not even pretty. Look at your sister. Your sister, look at your sister. She look way better than you. Look at your other 2 sisters. They look better. So Pamela, her mom used to beat on her for no reason. Her mom rejected her. She never got a hug from her mom. She never got no kind of love and admiration from her mom or nobody in her household. And then when Pamela went to school, she went through the same exact thing that she went through when she was at her home. Rejection, judging, criticism, always alone. Nobody wanted to play with her in school. She was made fun of in school. So Pamela went through the same thing at her, as she went through at her home, she went through in her school. So what did that do to Pamela? It destroyed her. And right now today, Pamela is 35 years old, or 55 years old, or 65 years old, or 85 years old, or 25 years old. Right now, Pamela today, she is destroyed because she was destroyed when she was a little girl. She was destroyed as a child. That's where all the destruction began in your life. That's where all the emotional pain and trauma and confusion, brokenness and loneliness and sadness, all of that comes from when you are a little girl. Pamela went through that. And right now today, Pamela, she don't know how to love. Mm. Ooh, she done talked to all kind of therapists. She been to all kind of relationship coaches. She done been to the psychiatrist. She done took medication. Right now, today, Pamela, she don't know how to love. She don't know how to accept love from anyone. She angry. She's so very angry. She's so very bitter. She's so very sad. She's so very lonely. She's so very confused. She's so very depressed. She feels so rejected and lonely and in despair. And she done went through all the YouTube videos with the coaches and the psychiatrists and the therapists and all of the people, but none of them can help Pamela. None of that have helped Pamela. It have not. So right now at 30 years old, 25, 40, 55, 85 years old, Pamela don't know what to do. She really feel like killing herself. She really feel like committing suicide. Like she don't want to even live another day. I know, Pamela. I was there too once in my life. I was there too once in my life. That's why I'm here, to tell you that there is a way that nobody is talking about, nobody is telling you about, nobody is understanding that there is a way, and that way is to get in touch with little Pamela, a little girl that got pushed in her bedroom without food for 3 days. That little girl that got hit upside her head by her mama for something she didn't do or got beat on. Or that little girl that was abandoned, raised herself, didn't have no one to help her. She had to raise herself and figure out everything on her own. Abandoned. You got to go back to that little Pamela. You got to go and say, at first, your inner child is not going to want to talk to you because she don't trust you. You know why the inner child don't trust you, Pamela? Because you have went 35 years. 35 years of your life, 25 years, 45 years, 85. You have went all of your life ignoring her. She been talking to you the whole time, telling you she's sad. That's the inner child. That's the little girl, that broken, bruised, scarred up little girl. I'm sad. You know why you feeling sad? Because she's sad. I'm lonely. You know why you feeling lonely? Because she's lonely. Remember, she lived an isolated life. Nobody accepted her. Nobody liked her. Nobody wanted to be around her. I'm depressed. Why? Because little Pamela, you got to remember, she was in a lot of despair growing up. I feel rejected, like nobody liked me. Remember, little Pamela got rejected by everybody in her house, even her own mom and everybody at her school. So you've been overlooking her. She's been telling you, talking to you, saying, I'm sad, I'm lonely. It's your subconscious where you store all your memories of your childhood and the things that you went through as a child. It's stored in your subconscious mind. The part of your mind, the subconscious, where it's stored in memories. So you're looking for love. You're looking for acceptance. You're looking for happiness. You will never get it. Listen to me, Pamela. You will never, ever, 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 ever. And there's so many Pamelas in the world. There's so many Connies. There's so many Aaliyahs, and there's so many Valeries, and there's so many Tinas, and there's so many Tinies, and there's so many Malayas. Oh, it's so many Pamelas with different names. That's very, very destroyed. You got to deal with the inner child. Okay. You got to get the inner child. First of all, you have to acknowledge that there is something wrong with you. There's something wrong with me. Don't point the finger to your brother or your sister or your mama or the next door neighbor or something. No, it's something wrong with me. I got to figure out what's wrong with me because there's something wrong with me. And why is it something wrong with me? I need to know why. Why am I feeling the way that I'm feeling? Why do I feel so sad? Why do I feel so broken? Why do I feel so alone? Why do I feel so frustrated? Why do I feel so misery? Why do I feel so lost? Why do I feel so depressed? Why do I feel so worried? Why do I feel so nervous? Why do I have so much fear? You got to acknowledge that there is something wrong with you. Okay? Then you got to begin to slow your mind down and begin to think back when you was a child. See, a lot of y'all have buried your childhood because it was so painful that you got tortured by your mom and your dad and got bullied in your school and beat up on and all of that reject. You have buried your childhood. You don't remember, but you got to make yourself, you got to bring it back up because this is the only way you will ever be happy. Believe me, there is no other way. There is no other way to be happy, to be content, to there is no other way other than you going back and dealing with your childhood pain, your childhood trauma, your inner child, that little Pamela and that little Joseph and that little Sue and that little Bob and all these little ones. So you're going to acknowledge. I have one Bible verse I want to read today. You're going to acknowledge and you're going to say, I'm ready for my life to be better. I'm ready for my life to be different. I want to feel different. I'm tired of hurting. I'm tired of being sad. I'm tired of being lonely. I'm tired of being afraid. I'm tired of being nervous. I'm tired of being depressed. I'm tired of trying to get a man or a woman to love me no matter what I do. How many boyfriends I don't have, how many girlfriends I had, how many husbands I don't have, how many wives. I'm still not happy. I got money. I got money in the bank. I got a big car. I got a nice house. I got this. I got that. I'm still not happy. That's your inner child. As long as they're not happy, you'll never be happy. As long as they are not, as long as you keep overlooking them, because they've been telling you the whole time that they sad, that they don't feel good, I'm not happy, I'm lonely, I'm afraid. They've been telling you the whole time, I'm depressed. They've been telling you the whole time. That little voice that you be hearing when you say I'm depressed, that's them talking to you. But you've been overlooking it. You've been overlooking them. You've been overlooking your inner child. And that's why you cannot get no healing for your soul because you've been overlooking your inner child. So once you acknowledge that something is wrong with me, it's not the neighbor, it's not the people down the street, it's me. Something is wrong with me. See, the way we do it, we want to put it on everybody else. I'm the chosen, and I'm the chosen. I'm a chosen seed. I'm chosen by God, and everybody else. It's something wrong with them. No, no, no. It's something wrong with you too. It's something wrong with everybody, and that something is the inner child. That's what it is. That's the something that's wrong with everybody in this world. The inner child has been traumatized. The little girl, a little boy, you've been traumatized. And emotionally, physically, mentally, sexually, whatever traumatization it was, you've been through it. Everybody has. And that's why you got all this active behavior where, you got teenagers killing each other, and gays, they, little boys and little girls want to be gay, and or yeah, because they've been traumatized as children. See, that's the inner child. That's the inner child. See, acting out. See, we got through it. We got through it when we was, when I was 16, 7, 18 years old, 20 years old. I got through all of that. But let me go back. It was some behavior that was act out into the trauma that I went through. So let me rephrase. Yes, just today, it is more detrimental. It's more deadly to the way that the 20-year-old and the 18-year-old and the 30-year-old, how they acting out. They actually taking people's lives because they can't deal with the pain from their past. So you're going to acknowledge something is wrong with me. And you're going to say, I'm ready to change. I'm ready to be different. I'm ready to do something different. I'm ready for love. I'm ready for my new life. I'm ready for my new person. I'm ready. I'm tired. And when you say that and you begin to think back about all the stuff you went through in your life, you begin to think back about all the stuff you went through in your life when you was little girls and little boys. And you're going to begin to deal with that pain. Oh, I was molested. My mama molested me. I wasn't nothing but 6 years old. My daddy, he raped me. I wasn't nothing but 7 years old, little boy. My uncle, my cousin, they beat on me. See, you're gonna begin to go back and start remembering things you went through as a child. And when you start remembering, you start thinking about it, you start letting yourself feel what you went through as a child, as a young man, a young little girl. You're gonna start feeling the pain. You're not gonna block it no more. You're going to feel the hurt and the pain that you went through as a child. You're going to let it flow through you. And once it flows through you, you're going to begin to deal with that pain. And you're going to begin to say to yourself, it was not my fault that my mom beat me, or my mom abandoned me or rejected me. You're gonna start just going through a list of things that you went through as a child. And then once you're gonna begin to weep and you're gonna begin to cry, you're gonna be able to you begin to get all of this. Yes, I was told that I was ugly. That's why I need a plastic surgeon. That's why I need a booty shot. That's why I need a BBL. Because I was told that I was ugly. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough for no man. My mama told me I ain't gonna never be nothing. I'm ugly. I'm this. Yes. And that's why you feel the way that you feel. And you're gonna go through all those scenarios. And then maybe you're gonna talk to your inner child, little Pam, little Joseph, little Steve, little Sally. Can I talk to you? Let me talk to you. Please let me find out what's wrong with you. Because the whole time it's been your inner child that's been hurting. That's who it is. That's exactly who it is. They are not happy. And you've been avoiding them and ignoring them. And they've been trying to talk to you about the pain and what they went through. They so afraid. They hiding in a closet. That's why a lot of people don't even go outside because the inner child is so afraid to be around other people that they hide. The inner child is still in a closet. She's still in her room, locked away somewhere, scared to go out, scared to go in the front room with her brothers and sisters and her mom now because they just gonna make her feel so nervous and so bad. So she just lock herself in her room. She don't come out unless she want to get something to eat. Then she go back in her room. See, that's why you isolated today. Because your inner child is still locked away somewhere in a corner, somewhere in a closet, somewhere in a room, scared to death, nervous, scared, anxious, depressed, fearful, lonely, afraid, confused, feeling rejected and abandoned by everybody. They still locked away. And they've been trying to talk to you and tell you, can you hear me? Mama, 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 listen to me. Because you are their parent now, because you grown. You are the parent of the inner child. You got to go back, get in touch with her or him, and get them to trust you because, see, they don't trust you. They don't trust that you're going to do the right for your life. So they call themselves protecting you. They don't go outside because they know if they tell you, no, I'm afraid to go outside. I'm just gonna, you say this to yourself. I'm just gonna stay in my room. I'm not gonna go out. I don't trust these people. These people going, I don't like to be around nobody. And that's the inner child because the inner child don't trust being around no one because every time they went around people, they got hurt. They got rejected. They got laughed at. They got judged. Told them you ugly, you this, you that. So they isolate themselves. That's where it comes from, isolation. Depression. Why you so depressed is because your inner child is depressed. They've been depressed for a very long time. Ever since they was little girls and little boys, they've been depressed because they just didn't have no good life. And they just didn't have nobody that to care about them, to love them, to look after them. I'm getting ready to leave. They just didn't have no one. And now they only have you, mama and daddy. They only have you. You have to get in touch with your inner child. And you have to ask them, what is wrong with you? And they will tell you once they trust you, because at first they're not going to want to talk to you. Because remember, you have went years without talking to them. Years. You're 35 years old now. This stuff happened when you was 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, 9. You 40 years old. You 50 years old. You 80 years old. You 20 years old. That happened 20 years ago, 15 years ago. So you have went so many years without talking to them about why you are feeling the way that you are feeling. You feeling the way you feeling because that's the way they feel. See, and you never dealt with the trauma, and you never dealt with the pain, and you never dealt with it. You always just overlooked it and blamed it on somebody else. The reason I'm feeling like this is because my next door neighbor, my friends, no, it happened to you. It happened to you. Let me read the scripture. So you got to get them to trust you first. Because at first they're going to say, well, because I know they're going to say, well, you're going to say, can I talk to you? They're going to say, I don't want to talk to you. You know why they're going to say that? They're going to say that because you never tried to talk to them for so many years. And they don't trust you and they don't believe in you. And they don't believe that you are actually ready to change the situation. You are actually ready to get rid of the depression. You actually ready to get rid of the fear and the anxiety and, you know, the anger and frustration, bitterness. You ready now, but they don't believe you ready because you've been dealing with it so many years. So they're going to say, no, I don't want to talk to you. I know. This is what my inner child told me. She said, no, I don't want to talk to you. I said, why? Because I just don't want to talk to you, she said. So I kept on just going through my childhood pain and looking at all the stuff I went through as a child. And I kept bringing all this stuff up, bringing it up, talking about it to my inner child, start talking to her about it. The depression and the loneliness and the rejection and the fear and the anxiety. I started talking to her about it. Next thing I know, she said, I can talk to you now today, mommy. She called me mommy. I can talk to you today, mommy. What do you want to know? See, let's read the Bible. I'm going to leave. So yes. So you're never going to find true love. You're never going to find never going to want to love you. You're never going to feel good. You're never going to feel happy. You're never going to feel nothing. You're always going to feel numb. Hold on for a minute. One more. So this is the problem. This is the problem with everyone else. Got to deal with the trauma, the inner child. The one that's been hurt, broken, and abused. You got to deal with that. So the Bible verse that I want to use today for this is Psalms 13. How long will thou forget me, oh Lord? I just read it like I see it. Forever, how long will thou hide thy face from me? How long shall I how long shall I take counsel in my soul, having sorrow in my heart? See all this sorrow? This is David, little shepherd boy David. He dealt with a lot of childhood abuse and trauma growing up from his brothers and his mom and whoever else was living with him. How long should I take counsel in my soul, having sorrow in my heart daily? How long shall my enemies be exalted over me? Consider and hear me, O Lord my God. Lighten my eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death. Lest my enemies say, I have against him, and those that trouble me rejoice when I am moved. Verse 5 of Psalms 13. But I have trusted in thy mercy. My heart shall rejoice in thy salvation. I will sing unto the Lord because he hath dealt bountifully with me. So I'm getting ready to leave. What I'm saying to you, heal your inner child for your happiness. This is the only way you're going to ever, 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 ever be happy. I don't care how many men you get, boyfriend, it doesn't matter. What you get, what you have, what you buy, where you go, none of that matters. Because your childhood friend, your inner child, your little girl and your little boy, you are their parents now because you're grown. They broken, they sad, and they destroyed. And you are the only one. Can't no therapist do it for them. You gotta do it. You gotta accept the fact that you went through all the pain and all the trauma. You is the only one can heal your inner child. You are the only one that they will trust. They're not going to trust no one else. Because remember, they've been rejected, they've been abandoned, they've been bullied, they've been mistreated, they've been talked about, they've been lied on, they've been beat, they've been abused, they've been molested. You are the only ones that they're going to ever trust, no one else. You are them. 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 So stop trying to dress yourself up. Stop trying to put on all this stuff and all. Stop that. It doesn't matter how much you dress up yourself. Your inner child is still very broken, still very sad, still very destroyed, still very lonely, still very afraid, nervous, depressed, lonely, don't trust nobody. She can't be in a relationship. He can't be in a relationship with no one. You've been hurt. She been hurt. He been hurt. They don't trust people. Your inner child don't trust no one. They don't want to be around no one. They're too afraid to be around anyone. That's why you got so many men and women today that drink and do drugs and do alcohol and drugs, all kind of crystal meth and all kind of drugs. Why? Because they trying to deal with the pain of their childhood trauma. The drugs won't get rid of it. The drugs won't stop it. The only thing gonna heal your inner child, which is you, your very self, you gotta go back, all the way back
And remember all the bad things that was done and said to you. And you got to forgive yourself. And you got to forgive those people that hurt you and abused you and mistreated you. You the ones in your school that bullied you. Just forgive all of that. You got to forgive all of that and say, it was not my fault, but I forgive. That's what you got to do. Once you forgive them, then you forgive yourself. But once you forgive yourself, the inner child, the little girl and the little boy gonna begin to forgive you for taking so long to talk to them about their childhood pain. They're gonna begin to forgive you. And you gotta lead them and guide them, not only to understanding and knowing why they went through all the abuse and pain that you gotta introduce them to God. Because God, He can heal the scars, He can heal the wounds, He can help you with that. He can help you to understand why people hurt you and did all the bad things to you. So it's gonna take two things. It's gonna take you to heal emotionally and spiritually. Leave me a comment, like the video. If you need my help in any kind of way, let me know. And again, this video is for Black people today. We dedicate this video to a little beautiful girl, a little beautiful princess named Black Beauty. Today, she's a beautiful woman. Beautiful woman. So beautiful, so kind, so loving, so understanding. I'll talk to y'all later. Talks for kids. Tell my story, mommy.